Do you want to get to personalities? We sort of talked about that a little bit, but
Yeah, well, let's get into it. So now we're deep diving into personality.
yeah. So they are very cunning. They're very intelligent beings because they're angels, so no dip. They are masters of deceiving mortals. That's kind of like they're actually the most hard for mortals to combat for devil wise, because some mortals might be like, oh, you're just like a normal angel. They can literally look like an angel, but they're actually
They don't even have to like disguise themselves. It depends. So yeah, cunning, deceptive, those are definitely linked. And so they can use their appearance to just be an angel. So and that would be a smart thing to do. But they also can use magic to just hide their wings altogether and just walk around like a really beautiful mortal and tempt people into doing things, right?
Yeah.
So they're very smart. They know their strengths, right? And they use them. And they have no quarrels about using them. So they're smart there. However, I will add in terms of personality, they are impulsive with like anger and combat. They're quick to get into a fight.
They want.
They're combative. Like they, if you like piss them off, they're gonna.
They want to kill things.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're dead." Like they might have like their
anger flare,
their archdemon like holding them back. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, just wait a second. And he's like, no, we should fight them. You know what I mean?
Like, I kind of feel like they're kind of like the Achilles. I mean, they're not like Achilles was sort of like that. He's like, oh, you really want to fight me? Like, you're dead. Like, like, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
yeah, I could see them being similar to Achilles. Yeah, Achilles wasn't very seductive. He was more just straight up warrior.
Whoa!
So it'd be like,
I mean, we're talking about their warriors. I don't think they're gonna be seductive in combat. I mean, ooh, you got big muscles as you guys are like trying to stab each other with swords, Like,
yeah. I would say they're like the Achilles in terms of like their confidence in personality. They are Wonder Woman in their aesthetics. Like they look good and they kind of wield the same sort of weapons. So like they look like a Wonder Woman character, but they also have this like undertone of like mystique or
sinful.
Yeah, this like temptress type character who deceives through trickery and just sheer beauty. So that's them. But there are a few other things to note in terms of their personality. They're very loyal, extremely loyal. This has to do with them being an angel, and they used to be, at least they're the ancestors of fallen angels. So they have this angelic origin, which makes them very lawful and very loyal. They like hierarchy. They like rules. They're not going to betray anyone under any circumstances that they're supposed to be loyal to. And, yeah, that's how they are. So they make great warriors.
Yeah, which makes them very prized devils. Because in the Nine Hells, if you don't know, you're like thinking, Albert Bros, what is the Nine Hells? Well, I can tell you this.
Yeah, make it short. Yeah. We'll have a whole episode.
Yeah, a whole episode. The Nine Hells is basically, imagine you were like, I want to be cool. So Devil's like, I can give you that. Just give me your soul. And he's like, okay. So you give him your soul and you die. Well, you start out as like a slug, basically. That's your soul.
A maggot.
Yeah, you're a maggot.
Now, it does depend on what your alignment is.
Yeah, but normally...
Lawful neutrals typically are the maggots.
Yeah, I mean, that's most people, though.
That is.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, not lawful neutral. That makes absolutely
no
sense. It's evil. Wait.
Isn't it just neutral?
It's neutral evil. That's not a thing. Hang on.
But most
What's the middle of evil? There's chaotic.
Neutral evil.
Neutral evil. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the ones that become slugs. Well, chaotic ones don't become slugs. They become these like crazy, like ridiculous abominations because it's like chaotic, and then lawful. I kind of forget. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, but basically you have to. So basically, if you go in the Nine Hells, you are a devil now. So you have to fight your way up in the hierarchy. Every time you move up a level, you turn into a different devil. The thing is about them, they don't want to change. They want to stay who they are.
Well, hang on. That's a motivation. Let's just, right before we get there, I'll just add one more thing to personality. And it's that this is obvious, but it needs to be said. It's they're ruthless. They are merciless. They are devils. They're evil.
They will break your bones.
They will break you and like it, right? That's how it goes.
I kind of feel that's like a fetish thing they have. I like when bones break.
Right.
Oh!
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to just I need to note in personality that they are intelligent, very intelligent, and so they're individuals. Like every Erinyes is different depending on who they are. They're all individuals. It's just the things we've mentioned are kind of these underlying foundational things because of the nature of them being a devil and an Erinyes. Right. Okay, so with that, motivations, yes, go ahead and start.
Motivation. So basically, as I continue.
So what is not their motivation?
Their motivation is they want to, of course, serve their archdevil.
Well, what's not their motivation? You were talking about it.
Well, yeah, not to be another, like, they don't want to betray their master, basically.
Well, okay, I was getting at when you said they don't want to move up the hierarchy. So most devils all they want is to just move up the hierarchy. In essence, they want to get promoted, right? Erinyes don't care about getting promoted.
Because they think they're the best devil.
Yeah, this is a very unique trait for a devil. And that's one reason. Mm-hmm. Do you have more reasons before? Because I got some more reasons before.
Well, what I was going to say is the reason why they're so valuable.
Well, no. Let's just talk about promotion right now before we move on.
Well, yeah.
Why don't they want to get promoted? Would you like me to answer this question?
Well, I can answer that is because they're freaking angels. And another reason is that devils, you have to have someone to make a ritual for you to be summoned for them to summon a devil towards you. Mm-hmm. They can just say, "Hey guys, I'm going to the material plane for vacation." They could just pop in the material plane whenever they want to. Yeah, and that's a giant power that all the other devils are very salty over.
Exactly,
and that's why they don't want to change.
Yeah, so they don't want to change for two reasons you've mentioned. One is they just have this pridefulness of like, I come from fallen angel heritage, while all you guys, as in the other devils, just come from mortals that have been sent to the nine hells. So that's one reason. The second one is there's a lot of perks with being an Erinyes. Because they are so loyal, these archdevils and other higher beings are willing to give them privileges because they know they're not going to abuse them. And so as an Erinyes, you actually have a pretty comfy life. It's one of those jobs. For a devil, you have a comfy life. It's one of those jobs where like it's like a little like niche where you just hit the perfect spot of like benefits to like responsibility. You know what I mean? It's like this job could be way harder, but I am happy with how much money I'm making depending on, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, it's just like a good little spot. And so getting promoted would just be less perks for the work and getting obviously demoted.
Well, also they would lose their abilities if they got promoted. Like they would not be Erinyes anymore.
They wouldn't. Another reason is they are high enough, or they're kind of in this special spot where they can enjoy certain privileges. And so let me explain that. So as you move up the hierarchy as devils, most of the lower devils don't have the ability to enjoy pleasures. So that includes food, that includes music. No, it includes a lot of any of those basic needs, right? And they can't enjoy them. They're physically incapable. But once you get to a certain level, you then gain the ability to actually get enjoyment from stuff. And so a thing that the Erinyes get a lot of joy from and are prone to having the pleasures of is sexual pleasures. And so, one, that colors how they act, so it does get into their personality. But two, that's a really big deal. Other devils would love to have that, to just be able to enjoy that. You know what I mean? And so having that ability at their level
makes them feel like pretty good.
Yeah, it's like sweet. I'm happy.
And well, I mean that still doesn't mean that every devil can like still do it, I guess, and make other things like pregnant and stuff.
But it's just they get pleasure.
They don't get pleasure. Yeah. It's like they want to do it because they're just evil freaking devils, but like they're like it doesn't make them feel good. While Erinyes they still do it. They can actually get pregnant too, and which is another thing that Erinyes is that other devils can't be. They can be pregnant too.
Okay, so we're talking about. Yeah. We'll save that for societal structure.
Yeah, but basically like every devil can like give children or they can eat, but like Erinyes
they can impregnate people. They cannot be impregnated devils. So it's a lot of male impregnating, right? It's a lot of raping, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, well, they're devils.
They're devils.
Right? It's going to be sinful things. Sinful.
Well, yes, Erinyes love, and actually devils in general, love to do sinful things. But Erinyes can feel the pleasure from
especially
doing
sexually
those
sinful things.
Like devils are just drawn to do those sinful things, even though they don't feel literally anything. Erinyes love to do those sinful things, and they feel from it too. They get pleasure from it.
Yeah.
So,
and like obviously, this is this is just part of the whole dynamics of good and evil in a devil angel context, where sexuality is kind of, it's part of the sin, right? Like, to be a pure person in this context is to be kind of celibate, right? Or you are, you don't have sex till marriage, that kind of stuff. And so that's kind of where this is inspired from. This is not to make a statement that sexuality in the D&D world in general is a sin. It's just, it is viewed as a sin, especially if it's to the extreme in this devil-angel dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You had mentioned, I think I cut you off, of a motivation they have to basically fulfill the commands of their commanders. So do you want to elaborate?
Yeah, so I will elaborate on that. So basically, so devils, as I say again, since they're so loyal, they're so prized, and you're thinking, why are they so, prized? Other devils, they want to get in the hierarchy. They want to get the good stuff. So they will betray their masters to take their place. Devils do that all the time.
Yeah, that's the whole system.
Yeah, the whole system is, how do I betray? It's a bunch of little...
it occupies their time. How can we get above our boss without him knowing? But if he does find out...
We're screwed.
These devils got some punishments ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's basically Game of Thrones, times 1,000.
But instead of dying... Well, you can die. Instead of dying, though, you're just... You get tortured in terrible ways.
Some devils actually just get debunked. You're back to a slug. You're demoted. And then you have to work all your way up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's a nasty cycle.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to hell.
Yeah, no. And and you're thinking where do all these devils come from? But Erinyes also really like to purge clerics and paladins of good gods. So they'll just go over and be like, hey, you seem like a very good, unsinful guy. I mean, if you look at me, I'm pretty, freaking, pushes the hair back. I'm pretty nice as well. Puts on, the lipstick and stuff.
They deceive them.
Yeah, they deceive them. But, yeah. And you might think, oh, I'll just not, fall into that trap. Well, they'll also just punch you and drag your butt to hell. So
yeah. Okay, so you were kind of outlining the basic motivation of all devils, and that is to
bring people to hell.
To get above your bosses. But Erinyes do not do that. They are special in that they are loyal. That's what makes them so valuable and powerful. They're kind of cheating the system. Everyone's doing one thing, and they're going against the herd and saying, I'm going to be loyal, and by doing so...
I get rewarded.
Now, that's not necessarily why they're doing it, but it is how it happens.
How it works.
Yeah, they are what they are because of that angelic nature that kind of has inspired them to be perfect warriors and perfect servants.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, now there's some more motivations they have. So one I linked on is they are very tempted by sexual desires. So they're motivated to just enjoy those desires, right? However, I want to note that a lot of Erinyes see seduction as beneath them because they are these angelic beings. They're cocky. They may not be willing to seduce anyone. They may just want to be, seduced or something like that, or just be praised for their beauty. And then obviously they're gonna engage with someone sexually, but they don't necessarily want to be the one seducing them.
So they want the attention.
Yeah, they want that attention without working for it. But as angels, they earn it, right?
Yeah.
If you're just the perfect man, you probably don't have to do anything.
You can just flex one bicep and you can put all men to shame. You want that attention.
Yeah, especially in a world of devils who are they all embody literal gluttony. You know what I mean? They're devils. All the 9 sins or whatever the sins are.
The 7 sins.
7 sins.
The 7 deadly sins.
If they're anywhere, they're with the devil. So
yeah.
So that's one, and then the last one, I don't think we explicitly said, but it's to maintain law. It's their main desire as these super lawful with angelic origin beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I can talk a little more about that. So it's due to their angelic origin. And so what they really like to do is to punish wrongdoers. Now, so do Celestials, but they punish them as a form of helping them become who they could be. Right? Like,
well, some of the stuff is pretty messed up, though. It's like, yeah, now you're going to be a Death Knight, and you accidentally killed your entire family, so deal with it.
Celestials?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but it's the intention. So, like a Celestial or like an angel might, or God, the creator, might give a punishment. Like, you need to atone, right? It's reconciliation. Like, that's kind of the whole goal.
You need to be the better person.
Yeah, and it's to make you better. It's for the greater good. Not with Erinyes. They have the same they have the same kind of like tone of what they're doing. Like they're going for retribution. They want you to reconcile, but they're not doing it to make you a better person.
It makes them happy.
They just love to hurt you.
And also you might think like, who would be criminals of literal devils? Other devils, god dang it. Because they're all backstabbing each other. Some archdevils could be like, hey, Erinyes, you see that guy over there? He freaking betrayed me. Go beat him up.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the mafia.
Now, Erinyes do have a unique ability and desire to mess with mortals. And so they go to the material plane and do that.
All the time, yep.
All the time. And they have a unique ability, as you said, to travel there by will, as opposed to devils in general who normally have to be summoned.
Yeah, no, that's actually the main reason why they stay.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone else is like, you're so valuable. Because every archdevil wants to improve their army, and how you improve your army is you get more devils, and how you get more devils is you get more mortal souls to go to hell. So basically, it's like, I got this literal free thing that I can say, all right, I'm out. Yeah. I'll be back. And they don't even have to seduce the person. Normally a ritual is like you have to give a pact. Devils have to normally give a pact, which Erinyes have special pacts too. They have very powerful pacts. But they could just see you're like, oh, you're just immortal. Get over here. Grabs you and pulls you to hell. Yeah. They can do that while other devils can't. So that's why they're so valuable.
That's why they're so valuable. But back to what I was saying, so they have a unique ability and desire to corrupt mortals, or not to punish mortals and get them to do bad things and then punish them for them. But they also are like the police of devils. Like they're in a lawful system, and they don't want people breaking the rules. And if you as a devil break the rule, the Erinyes come over and they put you in your place. You know what I mean? They're like, you ain't special because you're a devil, right? We want to torture you too, so give us any reason. You know what I mean? So that's how Erinyes work.
That would be a sick scene. It's like you're in the nine hells as like adventurers, and you see a scene where a pit fiend, which is the strongest form of devil there is. It's basically the Baylor, but for devils. It's like fighting like Erinyes. It's like the Erinyes are like freaking arresting like a pit fiend general or something like that. That would be kind of sick.
Yeah. The people have spoken. Yeah. Okay. So the only other motivation I could throw out there is linked to them corrupting mortals, and it's that they do especially prefer to corrupt priests and clerics. So if you have a cleric player, that might give you a reason to get a Erinyes in here.
Yeah, try to corrupt them. Is like, hey, Mr. Cleric, how are you doing?
Yeah, and obviously the Erinyes wouldn't show up in like plate armored and like with horns, and
she would probably be like a bard.
They maybe show up as like a beautiful farm girl, and like the cleric is like, what? You're so beautiful, like, right? But it's like, oh, I'm just a farm girl. No, they're just being they're just playing with this cleric.
And you might think you might think so, like, what's the point of having succubi then? Succubi, that's like their entire thing is seduction, while Erinyes just like to do that stuff.
Yeah, like Erinyes can fill the role of a succubi or succubus.
The succubus are better at it, though.
Better at it. Yeah, the Erinyes are just smart, and they know they're beautiful, and so they use that, while succubuses or succubi that's their inherent nature is to seduce. They're not doing it for strategic reasons. That's like what they want to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As you were saying. Okay, well, I got no more motivations.
I got none either. Basically, The gist is they want to bring you to hell by making you simp for them.
All devils want to do that.
Yeah, all devils want.
And they're especially good at it because they don't look evil. So they can trick people. All right.